Well, welcome to In the Green Room. It is my pleasure to be with co-founder of Iris Ministries, Heidi Baker. Heidi,
Hi, Caleb.
it's such a pleasure to finally get to talk with you.
It's good to talk with you too.
Right. When I was thinking about what to talk to you about, a couple names came to mind. And I actually don't think a lot of people know these names, but hopefully they'll look them up afterwards. And those names are Catherine Kuhlman, John G. Lakes, Maria Woodworth Etter, and Azusa Street. And we look back in church history, we see that those people and church in general had a experienced a very dynamic move of God. And my question is, why do you think the church now, for the most part, doesn't really operate like that?
I see pockets of the church
No.
going there. I really do. Hungry people that just are pressing in for the presence. And I think we have a lot of backup plans. And all those people you mentioned, and like what I'm pressing in for in my life, what you're pressing in for yours, is like this total abandonment. There's something about giving yourself to God, fully yielding like a paintbrush in the hand of the Father, that causes the presence of Holy Spirit to come. And all of those people you spoke about knew that. You know, they were abandoned. They were abandoned in His presence. So we just need to let go of the backup plans.
Well, I mean, how do you do that? I mean, because, when I look at, ministries like that, in Iris, and when you're talking and just traveling, there's such a compassion, such a fire there. I mean, like, how do we cultivate that? I mean, people want it, but how do we actually get to that?
You lean really, really lean. Like, as I speak to, I lean. I'm always leaning into the presence of God. I'm leaning into Jesus, leaning into the Father, because you realize when you're in His presence that everything's possible in His presence. And when you start to see who He is, and you start to understand how much He really loves you, like this lavish love of the Father's on you, then you're not afraid to abandon yourself to Him. And that comes from love. When you're in love, you're not afraid to yield your life.
Love. I've heard you say this phrase before, which is like a yielded lover. What does that mean?
It means everything you are, every breath and cell and action and motive, everything within you, everything in your soul, everything in your spirit is yielded to God. It's like you want Him to put you on like a glove. You want Him to so possess you, to so fill you that your life's totally not your own. And that's what it is to yield yourself as one in love, and that comes from Him loving you. We're all called to be fully yielded as individual lovers of God.
At Iris, how do you teach that to the kids?
Talk is cheap. It's a life of modeling, and then watching our kids modeling it, instead of getting up at, even in the outdoor meetings and saying, okay, I'm the woman of power for the hour, bring me the blind. I used to cry for the blind. Now I get my kids. I get the 8-year-olds, the 10-year-olds, the 12-year-olds, and I'm like, what is God showing you? It's not about me. It's never about me. I'm a mama. I want to push my kids forward and say, you can do this stuff. All of you, your generation can do this stuff. And I get to do it too. That's cool. Me.
The final thought is this: what do you think God is calling this generation to do?
I think God's calling this generation to be so fully yielded to God that you're fearless. I feel like you're called to be a fearless generation, where you're not afraid of the political realm. You're not afraid of media. You're not afraid of science. You're not afraid of education. You're not afraid of giving up your citizenship to go minister in North Korea. You're not afraid to go live in the brothel and rescue kids out of that sex trade industry. I just believe that your generation's called to walk in a yieldedness that the world's never seen, and a humility. There's something that comes with yieldedness when you realize in myself, you know, in yourself, you don't have anything. But as a son, you have everything. But it comes from Him. And then you choose like Jesus as a son. You choose like Jesus as a son to incline your ear and say, as a son, make me a bond slave. As a son, I give you self. I give me everything, everything I am. Everything I'm going to be, I just give it to you, Daddy. I just give it to you. I just give it to you.
Excellent.
It's so fun.
Heidi, thank you so much for taking time to be here with me this morning.
Oh, bless you.